Hello and welcome back to What a Deck, the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Show powered by friendship. I'm your host, Hardleg Joe, and today we're playing Kingdom Hearts, which is what I'm calling this Magikey deck. We're playing Magikeys today. I couldn't think of a better name, but this kind of fits. You know, we've got keys, we've got the power of unlocking. There's demon summoning. Pretty sure they did that in Kingdom Hearts. And you know, you got a young anime boy who believes in himself, fights for his friends, and I'm pretty sure he turns into a boat. So, I mean, you know, everything that Kingdom Hearts is all about. And I'm going to be playing 10 duels against random opponents on EDOPro, just testing this out, giving you the Magikey experience. And if you want to skip ahead to that, there should be some chapter codes down below. You could just go ahead and jump right into it. Otherwise, first, I'm going to go ahead and give an explanation of how Magikey works, some fundamentals of the archetype, for those of you who don't know anything about them. So Magikey is a combo/toolbox deck. It's a bit complicated. The closest thing I can compare it to is probably DDDs, because like that archetype, we're focused on all the different summoning methods. We're making synchros, we're making fusions, we've got ixies, no links yet, but we do make up for that by having rituals, effect monsters, and even normal monsters. There's a strange emphasis on normal monsters, which I'll get to in a moment. Now, fortunately, Magikey are not nearly as complicated as DDD are. They're a much more simple deck, but as a result, they're also not quite as good. They don't have as high of a ceiling, at least on their own. That is why this time I'm playing an Auroradon package. We've got Halq and Auroradon doing combos with Deskbot 001. This is something I normally wouldn't do, but I'm trying to be a little bit more competitive in 2022, and this deck also has more synergy with the Halq Auroradon stuff than most other decks do. We have a surprising amount of tuners. We're playing tuner normal monsters. We have a tuner ritual monster that we can easily summon, and having that makes it really easy to go into Halq. And this is also a machine, so it helps you go into Auroradon as well. In addition, going through this combo will not only net you a Borreload Savage Dragon, one of our few sort of generic negations, but it also goes through a line that does Herald of Arclight. This lets you search out ritual stuff you need in order to summon Magikey Mech Mortar, which is probably the strongest boss monster that this archetype has. So this is a 2000 attack monster that gains 300 attack for every different attribute in your graveyard, and as long as you made it with 2 different attributes, you can negate any monster effect your opponent activates as long as it shares an attribute with a monster in your graveyard. And the way we usually make this is going to have all 6 attributes in the grave, or at least 5 of them, so you're looking at 3,000 or more attack that can basically negate any monster effect, whether it's hand, field, or graveyard. It also floats upon destruction, so even if they get rid of this, you're going to get a follow-up play for next turn. It is pretty good for a ritual monster. It also brings in some of the other quirks of this archetype, which is having every attribute in the grave, and also normal monsters. A lot of their extra deck monsters, a lot of their bosses, and even some of their spells gain advantage by having multiple attributes, either in the grave or being used to make them, or being made with normal monsters, or using normal monsters, which is why we're playing we've got a fire, a wind, and an earth normal monster that we're just playing in here so that we can send them straight from the deck, normally with something like advanced ritual art or unexpected die, just some unique little quirks to this archetype. In addition, we're also playing a new card that you might not be familiar with called Piercing the Darkness, which I believe was designed as Dark Magician support, but actually works really well with Magikeys. It's a continuous spell, and it has 2 different parts to its effect. The first is, if you summon a normal monster, you can draw a card, which is great for a combo deck, just giving you into more pieces. The other one is when an attack is declared involving your opponent's monster, and a monster you control that is either a level 5 or higher normal monster, a ritual monster that was summoned using a normal monster, or a fusion, synchro, or ixie that was summoned with a normal monster, you could make that monster gain attack equal to what it's fighting. So basically, this turns all your monsters into honest, giving that extra layer of protection where not only can this negate, but if your opponent attacks it because it was made with normal monsters, you're going to be able to gain attack equal to their attack. And it's nice that this is on a spell effect too, because a lot of the meta right now is focusing around monster negation. So the fact that you have this out here, we've also got like a counter trap that's searchable that negates spell traps, so we can get around things like Dark Ruler No More and even Forbidden Droplet. There's just a lot of neat little things this can do in addition to having synergy with that. I'll talk about more of it as we get into the halfway point. That's usually where I go more in detail about like ratios and why exactly we're playing all these one-ofs and such. And if I haven't shown off like the best combo by then I'll be sure to do it there. Again, you can find that in the time codes if you're just interested in deck building. Otherwise, let's jump into this, show this thing off in action. Again, 10 duels against random opponents. Hopefully, we'll have a little fun. Alright, here we are, duel number 1 versus my arch nemesis player. And, we're actually on the competitive server this time. I figured if I'm gonna play something a little bit more competitive, I'd start on that server, and we'll see about going over to other ones if need be. I got a pretty good hand. Let's go ahead and start with the unexpected die. We can play through an Ash Blossom with this. Hopefully we won't need to. Let's go ahead and start with the Angel Trumpeter. This is a normal monster tuner, which is important because to start our combos, we pretty much always want to make Auroradon. Auroradon. And to get that, first need to make Howl. Howl needs a tuner monster and any other monster. So we make Howl. Howl summons any tuner from the graveyard or from the deck. That gets us Deskbot. And Auroradon takes 2+ machines. So 1, 2, 3. These are all machines. And when this is summoned, it summons 3 tokens. It also locks you out of links for the rest of this turn. So we're going to get our 3 Auroradon tokens. And Deskbot 01 says, if 2 or more machine monsters are summoned at the same time, summon it out of the grave. So we get that. It's a level 1 tuner, which allows us to make Herald of the Arclight. Hacha. Then what we're going to do is Auroradon contribute 2 monsters to summon a Mecha Phantom Beast from the deck. So we're going to tribute those 2 and get Coltwing. Coltwing is summoned while you control a Mecha Phantom Beast. Get 2 more tokens, baby. And what do you know, did we summon 2 more machine monsters? Because that means this comes back out. That's the essence of the Auroradon combo. And normally you would end on like this and like another monster, probably a level 9 or level 8 or whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to make Borreload Savage Dragon using this, and Herald of the Arclight. So we get that. Savage is going to give us 2 Omni Negates. And Herald of the Arclight is going to search something for us. And what we're going to want to search is another advanced ritual. Oh, yeah, another advanced ritual art, actually. Gonna get this. And this is going to equip that. So, then what we're going to do from here is activate Advanced Ritual Art. So let's just summon a ritual monster by sending a normal monster from deck to grave. Let's go ahead and send Wind. Summon out that. When this is summoned, we can get any Magikey card, and we're going to want to get the Field Spell. The Field Spell searches any Magikey monster. Searches into searches. We're going to use this to get our big gun. So, let's see here. What we're going to do is... Yeah, let's just go ahead and activate Advanced Ritual Art again. Not once per turn. And we can send 2 monsters from deck to the graveyard. And that's how we get every attribute in the grave, 3,500, etc. So, 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, what we can do, we'll go ahead and make, this is a tuner ritual, so we can also add Dawn Dragster on top of this, and we can set this. So what we have here is we just happen to draw this. There's a way to search it, but I didn't want to go through that combo if we already had it. So this negates any spell trap, this negates any spell trap, this negates anything, and this negates a monster effect. So we've ended on 4 negates, 2 of which are Magikey cards, which is a key thing, and like, I mentioned briefly at the beginning, I normally don't like to do Auroradon combos, because there's a lot of decks where basically you're just going to throw in a package to make a generic card like Borreload Savage, and you're not going to be making any other archetype stuff. This is exactly what we wanted it for. Life has many darks, Zed boy. Stop the Dark Ruler no more. But yeah, because the Auroradon combo goes through the Herald of the Arclight, it lets us get this ritual card a lot more easily, and we're ending on Magikey stuff. And as you saw with this, it actually gave us the ability to prevent something that would have just blanket negated our entire board. Of course, we didn't search it this time, but we probably could have made it. I think there's a way we could have gotten around it. This thing has an additional effect I didn't mention that gets you like a fusion card, and there we go. That's the end of the duel, I'm pretty sure, unless you got something that can stop my attack. I think that's just it. So there we go. I got to show off. This isn't actually the best combo you can make. If you don't open with one of your one-ofs, you could usually do something a little bit more. It also depends what other things you get. But this is pretty darn close. Usually getting 4 negates, you can end on 5, and that's the power level of this. Now, we won't always get that hand, we won't always go first, we won't always be able to make everything because they might have Ash Blossom or other disruptions, but that's like one of the more optimal boards. So let's go ahead and Duel 2 and see what else we can run into. Alright, here we are, Duel number 2 versus Bob Waffle 21, and we get to go first again. You always want to try and go first, which is nice. Hey, we got Piercing the Darkness. That's pretty neat. Gonna go ahead and try this. Numeron Wall. Send this card, activate 1 Numeron network. Alright. Not sure why you would do that necessarily right here. I guess just to stop it from doing stuff. And once again, we're gonna go ahead and just get the Angel Trumpeter out of here. Since we summoned a normal monster, we get to draw a card. Alright, Ghost Ogre. Unfortunate, but I'm glad they used it there and not somewhere else. So now we can try to do the Auroradons again. If they're playing the Numeron, it's possible we'll have to deal with a lot more hand traps. So let's see, can we get our thing, or will we get Ash Blossomed too? Psyframe Gear Gamma, now that is pretty bad, unfortunately. Because that will get rid of this. We could have actually still gone into Auroradon even without it. Simply because Magikey World. Ooh, ah. Search a monster? Yeah, we're going to get our level 4. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Advanced Ritual Art. We're going to summon this by sending... what's already in our graveyard? We've got Dark, Earth, Water. I think we've got just a... We need Light. We don't have a light normal monster at the moment, but that's fine. Let's send Wind. Try to fill that up. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to grab Mafasta. This, you can activate if you control a Magikey. And then anytime during this turn, you can normal summon an additional Magikey in addition to your normal summon. So we're just going to use it on itself, because when this is normal summoned, you could summon out a normal monster out of the graveyard, or a Magikey monster. Alright, and what we're going to do... Fortunately, this is a tuner, this, again, this ritual, so we can make any generic level 8 if we wanted Borreload Savage or whatever. I think, though, what we'd prefer is this, because this will give us 2 negates. This is our Synchro. Go ahead and make it with these 2. If this is made with 2 different attributes, you can search a Magikey spell card... Or, I'm sorry, spell trap, which is how we get the counter trap. So this is pretty decent, especially through everything. They've used a whole bunch of hand traps, so they don't have as much. I don't think I can negate that, because it's only when they activate a spell card. I'm curious, so this effect is, if you control this card, and it was synchro summoned using 2 attributes... oh wait, no, that's the other one. When your opponent normal or special summons monsters with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, you can activate this, destroy it. Yeah, so they summoned it all at the same time. They're light. We have a light monster in the graveyard. So this just acts as like a disruption. It doesn't negate, but it destroys a monster as soon as they summon it, which in this case, pretty freaking powerful. Alright, let's go ahead and terraforming. Scarlet Sanguine, eh? I don't think I want you to have that, so let's just negate that. Many dots. We'll get this. We'll activate this. Because it'll get us another search. Okay, they're just trying to not die. Search a Magikey monster. Yeah, I think what we want is just another one of these, right? Because this just works as two things. Oh, did you summon a monster? Get out of here with that. I don't think it matters. We could have activated it. I don't think I'll get another search. Let's summon out this. Fortunately, it's in defense mode. So, what can we do? We can make this. This will have 2,000. We can make Bagoose. We can only make, with this, Magikey stuff. I think we'll just... Yeah, that'll be more. Let's go ahead and make Savage Dragon. With these two. More synchros. All the negates. You tried so far and you got so hard, but in the end, you just had that, yeah. I don't think that was necessarily game right that moment, but the fact that, like, if you summon something, you're getting destroyed, and I have an Omni-Negate, we're pretty well off in the grand scheme of things. And if need be, we could also fusion summon, which wouldn't really help us or anything. We still haven't used that other effect. I'm sure we'll get to it. So there you go. You know, I really like it when these first two duels just happen to, like, line up perfectly like that. Like, we got one where we showed what we could do interrupted, and that's what we can do to play through hand traps. Now, obviously, with all the one-ofs and garnets in this deck, you won't always be able to do that. We got a pretty good hand for it, but there you go. Let's go ahead into duel number 3 and see if we can keep up this streak. Alright, here we are, duel number 3 versus Lifas? Lifas? I don't know. I don't say. I'm goofy. I'll tell you what, Donald. Yuck. I feel like I could do an okay goofy impression. Not the best, but we could try our best. Let's go ahead, and again, we're just going to summon Angel Trumpeter. We don't necessarily need it because these two work very well, but this will work fine. We'll normal summon this, and then we'll activate Maftel because we control a Magikey. So even if our things get interrupted, we'll at least get the Ixie. Or, I'm sorry, the Synchro. Because we'll be able to normal summon again. So let's try this out. Alright, so far we're doing good. And I'll remind you again, we're on the competitive server, so I don't feel bad about using these combos. If I was doing this against someone playing like Crystal Beast or something, maybe I'd feel a little bit guilty, but I'm sure they have some stuff that can try to tear apart my boards pretty well. Let's go into this. Let's go ahead. Now the problem is we don't really have any other way to search the things we want. Like, we don't have access to any of the other ritual cards, because we drew 2 of these and another unexpected die, which is not great. So I'm not sure exactly what we do with the Arclight. It's not going to translate into an extra summon, I don't believe. I'm trying to remember all the different tools we have and what they might be able to do. So what we might want to do instead is have like this, plus the Borreload Savage, because I mean this is a negate on its own. Yeah, we'll just use an extra token. Oh, am I miscounting that, Rod? Oh, it's a 7. So let's see, Spell Trap negate, Omni negate, and yeah. So let's go ahead into that. There you go. Then we can normal summon this. Get back this dude. Light in the dark. And go ahead and make our Synchro monster. And our Synchro monster can get us one of these. And we're set. If we had our field spell or access to the ritual, either of our ritual monsters, we'd be pretty good. Oh wait, I could also make... I think I'd prefer an Omni Negate to just like a Abyss Dweller and hope that they need the graveyard. Yeah, we'll try this. This isn't as good as Borreload Savage because it tributes itself off the field to negate stuff. But it can still do stuff. Ooh, we playing Mech Knights? We're doing a Mech Knight, gentlemen? Got a nice solid column for you. Cyberstein. Yeah, I think I'll just stop that. Stop the normal summon. As much as I want you to pay 5,000 life points, let's just get you out of here. I don't want to have to deal with that. Ecclesia. Yeah, let's negate that as well. Called by the Grave. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop that. Destroy that, destroy that. I'm going to go ahead and get... let's get Advanced Ritual Art. We have a lot of ways to search the monsters, the Magikeys, and not a lot of ways to search this. Alright. We survived another round, and there we go! We got the field spell! You're just what I needed! Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo! Imperial... let's see... You can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to destroy that too. Search a Magikey? Yes. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll send Wind. This will search the other ritual. And then we'll finally use this effect. We'll add this to our hand and then shuffle a card from our hand back into the bottom of the deck. While we're here, let's go ahead and use Auroradon. We can tribute off a monster to destroy one card on the field. So we'll tribute off that to get rid of the back row. Necrofusion. Alright. Have I normal summoned yet? No. Normal summon. Activate. Let's get this out. And I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite. So let's go ahead and use this. This lets us fusion or ritual summon. So we're going to ritual summon, and if you control a normal monster, you can use a normal monster in the deck, in addition to one on the field. So we'll get our defense position one out of here. And now we got 3,800 because literally everything's in the graveyard. And there you go! We did it again! The power of things compels you. Even if you don't have all the negates, still having some of the negates can be pretty good. So there's 3 wins in a row. Let's go ahead into that 4th duel and see what else we got here. Alright, duel number 4 versus Rodox, and I believe we lost the die roll there. So they're going to be able to go first. Fortunately, this is probably one of the best 5-card hands I could hope to get. We've got Piercing the Darkness, with a way to summon a normal monster out of the deck. So that's already going to give us, like, neutral on advantage. Manju, normal summon, will search any ritual monster or ritual spell. So even if, like, we do this, it gets destroyed. We do this, it gets ashed. We do this, it gets destroyed. We still have advanced ritual art into this, which searches the field spell, which searches the tuner, which gets us all this stuff. So we've got a lot. Ooh, but Zombie World. Oh, how I hate Zombie World. Zombie World is quickly becoming the, I know this isn't the best deck. I know this doesn't stop everything, but I hate it. I hate Zombie World. Just let me have my types. Fortunately, I don't think much of this really matters, although even if I wanted to, I cannot Auroradon combo now. Because Auroradon takes 2 monsters that are machines, and if you don't know, Zombie World says all your monsters are zombies now. So the fact that I no longer can control machines means that I'm locked out of that part of my extra deck. That's the thing. I made a thing on Twitter the other day where I was like, I hate Zombie World, it's such a brutal floodgate. And people are like, it only floodgates certain decks. But I feel like every deck almost has at least one thing where it requires warriors, or requires spellcasters, or beast warriors or something. I mean, tri-brigades are all about their tri-types. So the fact that, like, this archetype has, like, the whole point of Zombie World is to steal your opponent's stuff, to make your other things zombies. I get it. But it just ends up working as a floodgate. It might as well be a searchable, there can be only one. Fortunately, it's not as brutal. Okay, and they have no hand traps. They have a thing to summon that. So we're looking at, let's just assume this is a Conquistador, right? So they've got a pop, a negate, and a banish. That's 3 pieces of removal. The big problem is I don't have any way to get rid of Zombie World, which is what I need to do to stop Ballard's Rock from getting here. I also don't have any way to banish things, I believe. I really just I have to make, like, Zeus, essentially. Which I might be able to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and activate this. Piercing the Darkness. Okay, there it goes. It took them a moment. Let's go ahead and Terraforming and see if they negate that. Okay, doesn't look like they are. That's very nice. Let's go ahead and see how unexpected this is. What is this, a dark and a light? Okay, so I'm actually going to summon the Clavis. We can't do the Auroradon combos. Get to draw a card. Conquistador. Okay, good. We've beaten it out now. Okay, so I think we've got a pretty easy... Well, wait, no, we don't because they... Oh, they're destroying my monster! You've destroyed my monster, have you? That doesn't help you in the way that you think it does. Again, the only way we can get rid of this is with... Well, I could also make Access Code Talker, I suppose. Or... that, or that... Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's try to normal summon this. So yeah, they're going to negate or banish. Negate that effect. Okay, so they still got the banish left. But that's not a whole lot to worry about. Let's go ahead. Activate this. We'll summon this, sending the Earth. Yeah. We'll get that. Oh, wait, that might have been bad. I might not have wanted to activate that. It's just going to give me a search, and it's a tuner, but yeah, I fucked up. Assuming they banish this, if they banish something out of the graveyard, then I'm fine. Let me think about this. I could get this, but I wouldn't be able to summon it. I'd need... Wait, no, I think I still can. Okay. So they've used everything. Let's get this. Then we're going to go ahead... Oh, you got something for me? Droll and Lock? No. We'll activate our field spell. Search a Magikey monster. Yeah, I think we just need the normal monster at this point. Yeah, we need the normal monster. We can search out our fusion/ritual. And we'll set this to the bottom. So then we should be able to use this to fusion summon. Let's see. This is a Magikey effect monster. No, we need a Magikey and a normal. Oh no, fuck. Both of these. Yeah, both of these will use our entire hand. We got light, we've got dark. 28, 28. At least let us draw a card. Yeah, I think we have to go with this. Okay. So we're going to make this. This can't be destroyed by card effects, so we got to pick dark. That'll destroy more. So this is target a monster in your graveyard, and destroy all monsters your opponent controls that have the same attribute. And then if a monster with the same attribute was destroyed, you can draw a card. Hey, it worked out! We got everything we needed. Somewhat. The problem is, what do we get? We could make the Ixie and still go into that and then clear the entire board. Or we could make this, search the counter trap, that wouldn't help us. Oh wait, we can make Abyss Dweller. Right? Yeah. We can make Abyss Dweller and that'll shut everything down. So normal summon this. This summons a normal monster from the graveyard. Let's pick this. And then we're just going to go ahead into Abyss Dweller. Hello there. Nice to meet you. Be a shame if someone ruined your graveyard. So we can attack into the Golden Lord, and because this was made using a normal monster, we will Honest Boost over it, 63. And I can't actually get over this. I probably should have done something about that, but it's fine. Alright, main phase 2. Yeah, I could attack. Yeah, that's fine. And then end phase, no. Draw phase. As soon as they draw, let me activate. There we go. Abyss Dweller. Dweller in the Abyss. Once per turn, you can detach. Your opponent cannot activate any cards in their graveyard this turn. Good, so their Baller Drock will not come back. And then I can chain it at the start of my turn so their Baller Drock won't come back. And hopefully, that'll be enough of a shutdown for that turn that we just don't have to worry about anything. We'll see. They'd have to... No, they need a... Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have done it. Oh, I didn't do it fast enough, did I? That won't negate it, will it? Fuck. They can't activate, but it already activated. Gosh darn it! And now if I make the thing with it, it won't do... Okay. Let me think about this. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. Okay. I got it. I don't know why I didn't think it. Now it's in defense mode. And I could do this without activating any monster effects. Hopefully Wyncrer cut out all that indecision. Oh, it needs a normal monster. Gosh, fucking fuck. Yeah, never mind. I need a normal monster of anything. Well, I guess I can... We'll try it. Light monster. What will they do? Negate? Or banish? Banish one monster. Oh, I don't get the draw. Yeah, okay, unfortunately, yep. Fucking zombie world. It's a pity, too, because it's one of those, like, if I just sided in, if I had the ability to side, I could side in Twin Twisters and get myself out of this situation. Yep, oh well. Off we go into duel number 5. Alright, here we are, duel number 5 versus Ippo, which is kind of like a hippo, but without the H. Neat. Anyway, we got our unexpected die, so we could hopefully do our thing that we wanted to do last time, and we weren't able to do, and I felt very sad, because I wanted to do that thing, and they were like, no, there's no way. Fortunately, that's pretty much all we have, so like, fuck man, if this shit gets negated, we're just donezo. We're just Gonzville. we're just Splitsburg. Alright, so far so good. What do you got for me? Yeah, it's one of the few unfortunate things about this this deck. Is kind of like DDDs. You play a bunch of 3-ofs because you absolutely want to see one of these in your opening hand. They help you so much. But if you see more than one, this is not a good time. It's not a very fun place to live. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Let's go ahead and tribute these off. Doing the things while we got a big Biscoff. I don't know what that means. You probably heard my phone in the background. A little text tone. It goes doot 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 doot. If you were wondering, if you heard that, that's what it is. What I like about this combo is like if they try to Nibiru pretty much anywhere except for right fucking here, I can still negate it. I can still negate it and still make a negation. If they Nibiru here, then I lose just about everything, but it's fine because I've already got the Herald of Arclight, which means I already get the advanced ritual art. Bada bingo. Bada jango. Alright. Oh? Waiting. No? Okay. Hello there. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gents. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to rock? Let's get this. Yeah, we can't make the big thing because we didn't open with the other ritual or the thing that we need to get the ritual that does the thing. Still waiting. Drollin Lockbird. Yeah, I'm gonna negate that because I want to do other stuff. Plus, I still have another negate. I mean, I guess you worked your way through one. But I want to be able to search some things. Specifically this thing. This thing's pretty neat. If only there was a good level 11 synchro, then I could make it with this fucker. This fucker's so annoying because not only is he a Garnet, but he gains levels depending on what levels we've got. Now the cool thing is, now if he wants to Nibiru, it'll be a really good Nibiru because he's baited out my negation with the Drollin Lockbird. You know what, honestly, I welcome it. Go ahead, you've earned it at this point, buddy. Do your thing. So we still end on 4 negates unless they Nibiru at this point. Up, and they lost connection. We didn't even get to see what they had. A sad state of affairs, but sometimes that happens when you're playing the Build-A-Board workshop. Again, though, at least, you know, competitive board. I was worried that if we played against the competitive, we wouldn't get a chance to do stuff, but no. No, it's working pretty well. I also want to take this moment while we're here, because we're about to go in the halfway point out these sleeves I made, because I'm very happy with them. I made them designed off of a famous Kingdom Hearts picture of like Sora in front of some stained glass window. Hopefully Wyncrer can put that up for you. And I made 2 versions. One where there's like just the circle in the middle, and one where I stretched out the circle so you could see the details more. So it's like more detailed, but it's also kind of squished a little bit. But I put a lot of work into this. It's like the stained glass is all the different colors of like Ritual, Synchro, Ixie, Fusion, etc. And then you've got these little gun images, which are the magic gun that you could see here. I cut this part out and used that as the template. And they're the colors of all the different attributes going around. And then you've got the Synchro, the Fusion, the Ixie, and the Effect Monster there. It just came together really nice, and I really liked it. And I like to point that out, because I always point out in the halfway point that this channel is supported by Patreon. You could join the Patreon. If you join for $2, you can download the image for these sleeves and every sleeve I've ever made, as well as that negation image I had, as well as downloading the deck. You also get all the theme songs and music I've made. You get a lot of cool stuff, so that's worth checking out. But yeah, with that said, let's go ahead into the halfway point, and I can explain all the different things I got going on here. Alright, so here we are at the halfway point, which is, in addition to the time when I usually talk about the Patreon, I already did that in the last duel though, this is where I go over the deck in detail and kind of explain what our ratios are. A lot of this is kind of standard for Magikey. there's things like you definitely want to play 3 of the field spell and a terraforming, because not only does it search anything, the entire archetype on summon, but you can also use it to get the gun. Most people I saw were playing 2 of the gun, and I think that makes sense, because it's not something you need in your opening hand, especially because you can ritual summon with all these other things, and you rarely fusion summon, but it's something you want to search, and it's something that you usually want 2 of, because sometimes you will get it in your opening hand, you'll use it to get things started, and then you'll want another one that you can search. So this is a case of like, why are you playing it at 2? Because we need a backup, because sometimes in a single turn, you will use 2, and the fact that it's searchable with the field spell means you can often get that second one. 3 of the normal monster, I feel most people are playing. Some people bump it down to 2. I find that you kind of want this in your opening hand a lot of turns. Not only is it great if you get the Piercing the Darkness, which granted, this is a tech card that other people don't play. I really enjoy it. But it's also good because it opens up, like, if you open with this and this, then your plays are off to the races. These 2 by themselves can do the whole Auroradon combo. And this is something you want to play at 3 because it's just free material. It's just a free normal summon, if nothing else. And then if you already have a way to get this into the graveyard, you know, this brings it back, and then you've got an additional Ixie or a Synchro or whatever else you need, really. Likewise, I feel as though 3 of the Mech Musket is pretty standard. This is a machine, ritual, tuner, which just helps with so many different things. It is kind of bricky at times because you do need a ritual spell or the gun or the field spell in order to get it out. But there's just so many ways to get that, especially also since we're playing Manju. This is something I saw a lot of decks not playing, but the fact that it can get you the advanced ritual art, any of your rituals, or the high ritual art, and you barely use your normal summon a lot of times. I feel like this is a pretty good investment. But yeah, using this, you can get the Mech Musket, and not only is like this plus any monster the Auroradon combo because it's a tuner, but say your Halqifibrax gets ashed, or it gets effect veilered so that you can't summon the 101, you could summon this, and because it's a machine, you could still make Auroradon. You won't be able to do as much because you won't have the tuner there, but it can still help you get off to the races. Especially, there are some times when like you open with this and you normal summon it, plus use like an unexpected die to get that other monster on the field. If it's already in the graveyard that way, then this can really save your ass. As for the rest of our one-ofs, let's just go down the line. We've got a couple one-of normal monsters. These are just different attributes. We're just playing the 2000 attack fire and the 2000 attack wind. And the reason we're playing those is just to be able to shut off everything. A lot of decks aren't playing these, and if you're in a meta that's like a known quantity where you know that most of what you're playing against is light and dark, you probably don't need these. But playing online specifically, like this, having this in the graveyard helps you shut down Lyrilusk. So I really liked that. Same thing with the Earth, can stop a lot of the Earth machine shenanigans from going off. Fire I wasn't playing for the longest time. You could probably play Water instead. But the fact that this allows the Mech Mortar to shut down Ash Blossom is really good. Also good for Shiranuis. There's a lot of zombie shenanigans running around, and they can play around it, so being able to have something to stop fire I feel is kind of worth it, if nothing else, at least in the side deck. If you're looking for a water, I mean, we've normally always got Halqifibrax in the graveyard, that's a water, and this doesn't require normal, it's just any attribute in the graveyard. If you wanted to play a water, though, especially if, like, the Umi deck is taking off, then playing Megalo Smasher X, the water dinosaur, is pretty good. I also saw some people playing that at like 3, along with something like Rescue Rabbit, and then if worse comes to worse, they can get the 2 level 4 dinosaurs and make a Valzar or Dolka, the Evil Swarm monsters. I've also seen people play Rescue Rabbit with Angel Trumpeter, because Halqifibrax is 2 monsters, including a tuner. So if you summon 2 tuners, you can still use it to make Halqifibrax. I considered Rescue Rabbit, but I felt like it was a little bit too risky. You're putting your normal summon out, and if it fails, then you've lost, like, everything. Some people will play this with Psyframe Gear Gamma to help compensate for that, but that just changes the deck too much. I don't like the idea that, like, you know, I open with this, and then I have to have the hand trap, or I have to have Cross-Out Designator, otherwise this doesn't go off. I'd rather have all these, like, individual things that help me extend, like the unexpected dies, like the advanced ritual arts and such, that if one of them gets stopped, I can continue playing through. This might have a higher ceiling, though, since it does give you that bonus monster for your normal summon. And I guess while I'm here, Cross-out Designator, probably a better thing to play in the meta instead of, like, Infinite Impermanence. Maybe you put in, like, an Ash or an Effect Veiler, maybe just one Imperm, one Nibiru. These are all kind of brutal against us. I tried it for a little bit, but because this is the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh!, like, the online meta is all over the place, it wasn't consistent enough. I often had it dead in hand because I was being hit by stuff like Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill that you wouldn't expect to see in the meta, but online, it's there. But yeah, I got distracted from our one-of. So we got the one-of normal monsters. You can maybe cut these. I like having all the attributes so that we're just have all our bases covered. You need to play the one Colt Wing to play with your Auroradon combo. Same thing with the Deskbot. It's just part of the combo. The Mech Mortar, I originally experimented with playing this at more than one. But really, I think it's just best to search it out. It is nice occasionally when you open it, and then you don't have to search it. You can just activate Advanced Ritual Art, send 2 normal monsters. It's awesome. But it gets kind of bricky, so I think it's best at 1. Terraforming's at 1, so you can't play anymore. Preparations of Rites searches the Mech Musket. I pretty much had a 39-card deck, so I just decided to play this just to even it out. Give 1 more copy of this because it's so effective. High Ritual Art is something I didn't want to play for the longest time. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's new, and it basically works like a reverse Advanced Ritual Art. It can ritual summon any ritual monster from the deck while using a normal monster in your hand. So in order for this to work, you have to have this and a normal monster in your hand. We don't have a lot of them, but we do have a lot of ways to search them. If you do open with this, you can kind of work around. And there's been times when I've bricked with, like, 2 normal monsters and a Manju. And if I had this, then I would be able to get off to the races with Mech Musket. So we play it just at 1, and then if you just happen to get those bad hands, you can play it. If not, you can always remove it, just put it in Ash, put in something else. The 3 Advanced Ritual Art, I saw a lot of people playing like a playset of like 2 of these and 1 High Ritual Art. I feel like this is just way more better, especially with Mech Mortar, because it can send 2 monsters for the price of 1, deck thin you a lot so that you're left with a lot of your better cards. Plus just opening with this and either of the rituals, or either way to get the ritual, or the field spell, like, this is just something you always want. And if you happen to get it, and then, like, your Auroradon combo gets shut down, you don't have to worry about it, you've still been able to go. Or even if you do get the Herald of Arclight, then you just get an extra search. You can get something else that'll help you out. That just leaves us with this, which is also a one-of, and this, which you can search with the Synchro. I think I showed that in the games. But it's not something you super want to open with all the time, because it can be a little bricky. You'd prefer to be able to make the extra deck monsters. You can only activate this if you control a Magikey ritual or a monster summoned from the extra deck. So it's better to just wait until you can search this, or summon this, and then search it. There are a couple other Magikey traps, and they're not as bad as a lot of people seem. They let you this one lets you fusion or ritual during the opponent's turn, and this one lets you synchro or Ixie during the opponent's turn. And this one also lets you, like, add a card from your graveyard to your hand before you do it, so it makes for, like, a 1-card Ixie. Same thing with this, although you have to tribute a monster, and then you can summon 2 normal monsters, and then synchro or Ixie with them. They're not awesomely great, but the fact that they're searchable, if you wanted to, like, not play High Ritual Art or get rid of one of these normal monsters, you might want to consider one of these, because they can help you dodge out of removal. Or in some cases, like, if you have a Dawn Dragster that's used its effect, you can tribute it off, summon back 2 monsters, and then synchro summon the Magikey synchro and have an additional removal. So it can help you, like, increase the ceiling of this deck, but it's kind of situational and really depends on what you have. This one also might be good now that I think about it. Oh wait, no, you have to tribute a normal monster or a Magikey. Okay, that's the prop. Never mind. Never mind any of that. As for the side deck, I mentioned almost everything. The few other things to mention, Magikeys do have another spell trap you can search, which is target a normal or a Magikey monster, or 1 Magikey Maftia in your graveyard, shuffle into the deck, and then all Magikey monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. So it turns everything into a towers. Could be used, especially going second, maybe. But I don't know. It doesn't really give you any advantage. It just kind of defends you. And usually you'd rather just get a counter trap or get another fusion, but there are times, especially if you get more grindy, you might want to put one of these in, or maybe even consider playing a bunch of them if hand traps and negation are really a problem. We've also got instant fusion. You can use it to summon this fusion monster that's level 4 and also a tuner. It's just another way, basically, to get into your Hulk, to get into a Auroradon. The fact that you could open with anything plus instant fusion. I can see the point of it. I didn't play it. I played it for a while, but every time I had it, it was like just dead in hand. I never could use it as an extender. The 1,000 life points were occasionally a problem, like if I went into grind games. So it's like, I'd just rather play another Preparations of Rites, but you can easily throw this in if you want to. Twin Twisters for Zombie World and other floodgates and stuff. Not playing it online because they can be dead often, but depending on your meta, you probably want to have these, especially because being able to dump an extra attribute into the graveyard, always kind of useful. And then Diviner of Heralds. I've heard that there's an even better, more complicated combo you can do with Diviner of Heralds, being able to send a second Herald of Arclight, do stuff. But it adds another Garnet to your deck. It adds another card to your main deck that you normal summon, probably instead of Manju. But it's not a level 4, it's a level 2 tuner, so it kind of messes with some things. I don't know. This deck was already complicated enough. I didn't want to make it even more complicated and add in even more Garnets. But there is some room to explore if you want to try to raise that ceiling even higher. So that, I think, should cover just about everything. If you have any more questions, though, feel free to ask me down in the comments. I'm happy to assist in whatever way I can. And with all that being said, let's jump back into the games. Duel number 6, still in the competitive server. We're doing pretty good, so yeah, we're just gonna keep that up. All right, duel number 6 versus excuse cards. Well, excuse me, princess. Oh, this is not good. Let's go ahead and try to activate Unexpected Die. If this gets ashed, though, no, it's not getting ashed. Although it seems like they might have Ash, and that is unfortunate, because at the moment, right, all we have is, like, these? So we get the other normal summon, but we don't get a Magikey out of the graveyard because we don't have anything else. I could maybe have Fusion summoned. I don't think that would have helped us. Let's try to go into Halqifibrax. If we can get the Auroradon combo off, we can at least do something. Although, oh wait, Colt Wing can't be summoned out of the hand. And we don't have the field spell to shuffle it back. The field spell really helps in that regard. So, we may be a little screwed. Just a wee bit. This is what happens when you don't get any rituals or the field spell. Basically, I don't think we got any 3-ofs except for the 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunate. If we played the Fleur Synchron, then we would have something. Yeah, we can't summon this. We can normal summon it, though. So, maybe that will... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just normal summon it. We drew the Colt Wing. Welp. We're a little fucked here, buddies. Yeah, I think just 2 negates is the best we're gonna have to hope for. Fortunately, we have stuff to maybe do things next turn, but unfortunately, opening with that 1 Garnet Colt Wing really screwed us over in a way I wasn't imagining. And yeah, that's one of the other benefits, the synergies that Magikeys have, is the fact that their field spell allows you to get the gun by getting rid of anything. Yeah. Yeah, we'll stop that. Unless you got called by the grave. They might have called by the grave. Yep, go ahead. Life has many doors, Ed boy, and in some of them you lose. So they drew their one of Called, we drew our one of Garnet. I think we're just screwed. I think we're just doom screwed. It looks like they're going into the fire. So does that mean they're going to make... They have Purgatrio. They could probably OTK on this board because we've got a bunch of 0 attack monsters. And they just do piercing damage through everything. That would get rid of the normal monsters. No, they're just making Mechaba. Alright. That's fine. I'm still probably doomed, though, because I don't have a lot of recovery. I'd really need to get exactly, like, the field spell. Oh, okay, nothing else. Well, that's good. I thought it was, like, Shaddoll invoked. Okay, they're taking out the Auroradon. That's probably a good way to go, because this can tribute a monster to pop a monster. That's why, like, there is a version of the Auroradon combo that leaves you with more room on the field and gets you a level 1 tuner instead of Colt Wing that doesn't have this stupid, like, gain levels equal to the tokens effect. Oh boy. This isn't going to work out the way you want it to at all. At least I don't think so. It's funny because they activated the Called by the Grave over here, so they read the Infinite Impermanence. Forbidden Droplet. Alright. Why did you do that, I wonder? Okay, Invocation. Gotcha. You just want to banish more stuff from my graveyard? I am very confused. You want to edit this part out, Wyncrer? Okay, Kaliga. Alright, so they're going for the defense. They're sending that for the hero fusion, but I have the infinite impermanence. So I can be like, nah, you paid 2,000 for nothing, buddy. Each player can only activate one monster effect per turn. It can only attack with one monster during each battle phase. And it's Eldritch. Invoked Eldritch. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright. Hey, the field spell. That's exactly what we wanted. Link Spider. Okay, let's try this. If this is the one thing... Nope, they're not doing it. Okay, so we only get one monster effect anyway. Do we want to just go for this? Because then we can use 2 monsters plus 1 from our deck. Because we control normal monsters. This would get us a search for next turn, although that would be our 1 monster effect. This also has an effect, when attack is declared, account the monster. If you do negate that, then draw that same number. Okay, let's try this. Let's go! Alright. Magikey Mafia. Alright, let's... Oh, I could fusion. We only get one... Huh. We only get one monster effect. Yeah, we still don't know what that is. But yeah, getting rid of all the dark monsters. Let's try it. We haven't fusioned yet. We're probably already dead anyway. One way or another, we are dead. Oh wait, no, we're already gonna have dark, I think. One second, let me look again at how this works exactly. Is it, Target one normal monster or Magikey. Okay, so this is a dark Magikey monster. So we don't really need... We could just send a wind and use this one from our hand. And then dark. Target a dark monster, blow up all the dark monsters. Because that's just the way that I want to go. That's just the way that I have to know. That'll get rid of Kaluga, and then I can attack with multiple things. Not that it'll do me much good, because 2,800 defense and 2,800 attack. But at least it'll clear the field. Unless this is the counter trap? Could this be the Golden Lord? If they are, I can at least attack over the Verte using the Colt Wing. So there's that. But the Caliga might still be an interesting thing. Oh, and I get to draw a card. Because something was destroyed. Another one. I mean, that'll be good. What do I have as far as... This needs specifically effect monsters. So I can't make it, even though I could make... one Link Spider. Link Spider, and then nothing, and... Oh, wait. I could get the gun now. I need the gun next time. Activate. Wait. Tribute 2 tokens, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, banish it. Holy shit! This has an effect! Get out of here! I didn't even know Colt Wing had an effect! Alright, Colt Wing, you've done your thing. Yeah, I don't have any other dragons. Guess you could banish a machine, but I'm pretty sure you still get out of here. That worked better than expected. Yeah, so you're going to banish it, but banishing does not negate, and I don't really want the Colt Wing, and I couldn't do I don't have another Auroradon, so I couldn't do the combos anyway. There we go. Magikey Dragon! I knew there's a reason I put you on the sleeves up there. Look at big old green face. Having a green face time. Okay, so we're tentatively doing alright. I mean, he's going to be able to banish his Eldritch stuff and get more traps, the never-ending conga line of dudes. But any monster I can tag out for the Magikey world, or any card, I can get the gun. And then I could fusion summon that over this. I'm not sure if I'd want to. Maybe he'll summon something else and I can destroy it. At least the Eldritch is gone. If he plays another Eldritch, I could be in just as bad of behavior. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll come back when stuff has happened. Alright, they've got the Invocation and the Alistair. So they could make Mechaba if they have another light monster. They don't. They use that. So they can get Aguades. Yep, just once per turn, target a monster. Okay. Destroy it. That's unfortunate, but it's not like the end for me because 2,000 attack is not a whole lot. And this doesn't have a quick effect that can stop me. I am still in fairly bad shape unless I draw specifically Advanced Ritual Art. And that is not Advanced Ritual Art. Yeah, and I could get the gun, but I can't use the gun because I have no monsters to ritual summon. So really we've just gotta hope. I'm gonna set this and hope it scares him a little bit. And also hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. Alright, summoning the Conquistador. Fortunately, it only has 500 attack. So I'm taking 25. Well, plus they can just Alistair again. 25. 45. Yeah, they've got game. Yep, I forgot about they could just Alistair again. Unfortunate! This Piercing the Darkness is so good, especially going first, but drawing it late game is just not something you want to see, unfortunately. My only hope is that they invest some stuff into trying to get rid of it. I guess the same thing could be said of this, right? It's so good going first, but you need 2 cards, maybe 3, in order to summon it. So if you top deck this late in the game, then you're going to have a bad time. They just link everything into Celine? Alright. Feel like you had more than enough already. I'm just doing this to make access codes to get rid of the back row while having a big thing. I'd imagine that so. I'll come back at, yeah, it's success code, so I'm pretty much just dead. So I'll see you in the next duel. At least this is kind of a good back and forth. We almost had it. Chicken tendies, chicken tendies, chicken tendies, 1, 2, 3. Chicken tendies, chicken tendies, chicken tendies for you and me. Alright. Going first, Fightin 7th. Let's see if it lives up to the name. Got the Piercing the Darkness first turn instead of top-depping it later. Draw a card. Alright. See if we can just bait out any kind of Ash Blossoms or anything. No. Alright. Do one of these. Let's get the Unsealing. So here's the cool thing, right? We can activate this, and because we control a normal monster, it basically allows us to ritual summon like this is advanced ritual art. We can just send a monster straight from the deck to the grave. Make that. And then use that to search the big gun. Unless it gets infinite impermanence or something. Which honestly would be fine at this point, because we've got more than enough searches to get everything we want. Yeah, that's fine. Many doors. I'm glad they wasted it there, because now we've got a tuner and a non-tuner. We can make the Hulk. So unless they've got a Effect Veiler 2, we can do some shit, man. And some things. And yeah, again, if they had infinite impermanence, the Hulk, well, we'd be screwed there. But we could have, like, you know, made Hulk with this and then summoned. Doesn't happen very often, but you could do it. Alright. Let's get this out. Let's make the Arclight. The key to any kind of combo deck is not just learning the combos, but learning how to do them quickly so that you don't annoy people unnecessarily. It's always going to be a little annoying to sit through the same combo you've seen like a million times. But you learn the steps so you can do it quickly. Make it last not quite as long. Put it there, and there, and there. Alright, and again, this is their one chance to try to Nibiru me if they want to Nibiru and stop this negate from being here. What's cool is that, tokens count as normal monsters, right? So this was made with a normal monster, which means that it still gets the benefit from Piercing the Darkness. Activate this. Get a Magikey monster. Why, yes, I think I will. We'll get that. We'll activate the Magikey. We'll send Wind and Dark, because we've already got the Earth. And I can't make the Synchro because I don't have enough room. I messed that up a little bit. I needed to make the Synchro first, and I forgot to activate it earlier. So we're not going to have our back row negate or our other thing. We will have something for next turn, though, so let's hope that doesn't bite us in the ass. The one unfortunate thing about doing the Auroradon combo this way is you end up with these zones that aren't really doing anything. Send one monster from your extra deck, and then, yeah, I've got to negate that. I can't have them sending, like, an Entis and then blowing some stuff up. Flew under ease. Oh, boy. Then immediately normal summon. Yep. This is why you have Wind. And they chain blocked. But I'm pretty sure they can... Should be able to negate this, though, right? Do the Flunderies have something where they can't be negated? Did I not make this with two different attributes? I thought I did. Pretty sure. I'm confused. During a main phase with different names, immediately, if you normal summon, you can immediately after this effect normal summon. Yeah, there's nothing that... There's nothing that says it can't, and this was made with two monsters. Pretty sure I sent Wind and Dark. Why can I not negate? Alright. I am very sad. Now I don't have a Wind in the graveyard anyway, so... You can target one card and... Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Someone will have to explain to me what happened or why I can't do this. I'm very sad. Target one card on the field and one player's in either player's graveyard. Place an additional card on top of their deck. Alright, and they've gotten rid of that. Yeah, that's just so weird. I don't know what happened. And if I normal summon, they can normal summon, and they've got floodgates or whatever, so... Unfortunately, I could do this. So I can grab the gun, and then immediately put that on the graveyard. But unfortunately, as soon as I normal summon, right, like they're getting more normal summons, and they can just chain them over and over and over again. This is another one of those decks that, like, if I had Twin Twisters, it would just shut down everything, but I don't, so I don't. Yep, so they get that, they get their map, and then I have to sit here for another 5 minutes while they do all the... Flew under ease! I get to draw a card. That's neat. And they get to do other stuff. Adding things and doing things and adding do things all day long. Mist Valley Apex Avian. Oh boy, exciting. Yep, and then you can immediately normal summon again. Normal and 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 normal and... Yep, and there's the Apex Avian. The most apex of all avians! Fortunately, I have a way to get over that. I'm pretty sure. I don't have a wind monster in the graveyard, though. Kind of would like a wind monster. What do I have in my deck? I have... So the fusion is the wind, unfortunately. So I don't have any way to, like, get that into the wind and into the graveyard and then do stuff. The best thing I can do... Well, I wonder if they'd negate the attempted fusion summon. Maybe? The alternative would be what? Baguska? Just stop everything from activating all the time, but that would only buy me time. I could make the Synchro. The Synchro could attack twice. Yeah, okay, I think the Synchro is the best thing, assuming they can't stop me. Somebody stop me. Alright. Let's go to attack. So, since this was made with a normal monster, when I attack... Card or effect. Okay, so I don't want to do that. I want to attack over this. I'm going to use that. Dogmatica Punishment. Yep, they had the Dogmaticas, unfortunately, and there goes the Entis, and the Entis pops me, and that's all she wrote. And all I'm left here is wondering why the fuck I couldn't negate the Flew Under Ease when they came down. I had a wind and I had a water in the graveyard. And I don't believe this stops them from doing that, and I made it with 2 things, I'm pretty sure. So I just have no idea, but oh well. Sometimes you lose and you're not understanding why. Still do this. Hey, that's pretty neat. I could try at least. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead into the 8th duel. Alright, we're back. Duel number 8, the Ocho versus Bixhan. Oh boy. Oh, this is not a good hand at all. And we're going second with it. Versus, special summon this hand. Utopia made with this field gazes effect. You can add one rank up. Okay. That is unfortunate. Utopia can do quite a bit if left to their own devices. Do I want to stop them from getting access to the rank up magic? Probably. Or do I just want to wait until they can, till my turn, and then I can just turn off whatever one monster they make, maybe? Let's do it now. Why not? Makes it a little easier. See how that works. Question mark. Does it have 3 effects? Oh, there's the other 2 that it did. Okay. Well, that's what I get for being a confusion. And then they get all their things and it doesn't do anything. Oh, well. We'll just consider this one a loss, and I'll see you in the 9th duel unless I can get something, but I'm going to get 1 draw with this. I've got 2 of these plus whatever I draw, and they're most likely going to have a monster with, like, 2 negates and, like, so many equipped cards that, like, I won't be able to target it or affect it with anything. Well, we'll see. Alright, so they've got this. Cannot target it with card effects. They've shut down the graveyard, which doesn't actually bother me at all. Utopia Leo Ray can quick effect detach to negate a monster's effects. And this is just tagged out. Okay, so they've got a spell negate, a monster negate, and they've locked down the graveyard. I think that probably ends it, but we'll see. I've got 2 spells, it depends which one they try to negate. Okay, they're going for that right off the bat, which does deny us the draw, but now we can, like, ritual summon without having to worry about anything. So, let's see, we want to get out our tuna. Go for the tuna fish. We're gonna normal summon this, and this we're going to try to search out the advanced ritual art. They can negate that. Okay, they're going to do that. Which is unfortunate, because that means all we've got now is our Auroradon combo. But it's still an Auroradon combo, so I think we're pretty good. Oh wait, no, the Abyss Dweller stops that. Stops the desk bot from coming back. So I don't think we can actually do much of anything. Nothing important anyway. Like, we can summon the 3 tokens, we can blow up a token to blow up something. But we won't be able to get back the thing, so we can't make our stuff to get our stuff. Do I want to... Let's see. Special summon 1 Mecha Phantom Beasts. Okay, so I can still get the Colt Wing, and the Colt Wing will have the Destroy and Banish, which is slightly better. Plus more tokens to help defend me. Defend me, Squire! Okay, so quick effect, yada yada. This doesn't really do anything. This I need to get rid of. The Abyss Dweller's not really a problem anymore. And this, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Yeah, so... Yeah, and this targets. So I think the best thing to do is to get rid of the Hope Harbinger. It's not great, but we can at least destroy and banish. And then we can run over the Abyss Dweller. Oh, they can make it 0. You can only use each effect. Okay. I can still get over it with the Colt Wing. So at least there's something less. Although the 3800 into my link is probably going to kill me. Once again, it's like I've bricked on the stuff that I like need to do stuff. Well, not bricked entirely. They just happen to get all the negates. Maybe I should have unexpected died first and then this. No, because I wouldn't have been able to draw, and it wouldn't really have mattered, because it doesn't... Yeah, the Link monster wasn't made with it. Yep, not a whole lot, but I don't think I'll be dying this time. I'll take a lot of damage, but there's always a chance that if I get anything, I'll have the ability to do stuff. Oh yeah, Cult Wing can't be destroyed while I control a token. So there's that. I'll have a normal monster, so if I get the gun, then I can use the gun and then send something from the deck. So I still have a chance. Depends what I top deck. And they can just negate it, I believe. Yeah, what can I make with that? Just a Link Spider, and I don't have any Link 3s, just a Link 4 that I can scarcely rank up into. How did this get another material? But yeah, they can just do that to negate my effects again, unfortunately. This is a point where, I don't think there's a spell that gets me, like, advanced ritual art. I really just gotta hope that they're more afraid of that. No, they've got infinite impermanence. Yup, unfortunate. And I can't do the... Oh, wait. Yeah, I can Link Spider. That gets rid of the token. Now they're both level 4s. This won't be made with a normal monster. This will stall, though. Yeah, and I think that's probably the best we could hope for at the moment, is to just stall for a couple turns and hope. To defense you go! Hopefully their Ixies can't break on through to the other side. That would be unfortunate. If it's in defense, I can attack over it, but that just detaches that. What are you trying to negate? Don't work that way. Not quite. Not while I'm in defense. Do the Bagooska wave. Whoop whoop. This should give me 2 turns. Maybe I can get an advanced ritual art then. Huh? That would be nice. Or maybe just get up enough monsters to make access code. Access code does not target. Cannot be destroyed with if it would be destroyed. Okay. So I can still try to destroy this. It will just detach that instead. Dark Ruler no more. Okay, but I'm not taking any damage this turn. So that's good. And I get to keep my Link Spider for all the good it does me. Yep, and now my monster is negate. So even if I get my advanced ritual art, I'm not exactly sure what I could do with it. Yeah, probably just done. Because I could try to search and they would just detach. Yep, and this fucking thing that has just been... I like it so much, but I always get it when I don't want it. Sad state of affairs. Let's go ahead into the 9th duel. Alright, here we are, duel number 9 versus Anti-K, and we're going second once again with a handful of normal monsters and our one of Big Chungo. Unfortunately, okay, they're just set in 2, so we have a chance if this resolves. If this resolves, we could do some shit. It resolved, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So let's go ahead. What we're going to do, we're going to normal summon this. Sorry if there's explosions going on. I'm recording this at New Year's Eve. Let's go ahead and activate this. Let's search out our gun. And then put something on the bottom of our deck. I think we'll just put the Gunkin ship. Gunkin boat. The question is, what do? Do we just, yeah, that's not a question. We go with this. We activate this. Because we control a normal monster, we can ritual summon this dude by using something from our deck. Let's go ahead and use the Earth. Sure. Hello, it is me. And I am going to search more things. Everything you could ever want, perhaps. Ooh, 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 ha, ha, ha. Although we don't really have a whole lot that we'd want. So I guess it's good that they're activating this here. Because it was like the one search I didn't really need. We'll go ahead and activate this while we're here. And then let's go ahead and try to do the thing that we want to do. We could make the in-archetype synchro right now, but it'd be made with 2 dark monsters, so it wouldn't get its effects, unfortunately. They've got 1 more left. If that's like a solemn or something, then they could possibly stop us. There's that other trap where they can like banish a machine and get a machine back. That might hurt us. That would get rid of the Auroradon and such. Nope, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got him. I guess that could have been called by the grave, that too. As long as we can get to the Herald of the Arclight, I feel like we're in a really good spot. Because now we've got the negate, now we can do the other parts of our combo, and even if they interrupt us, like, yeah, we have to use this, but it still gets to go through, and we still get our ritual. Let's go, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But he came back. Torrential Tribute, maybe? No? Possibly. Okay, since we're going second, do we really want to... Yeah. Yeah, I think we still want to go for this. Why wouldn't we? It's everything you ever hoped for. It's everything you need. Alright, let's up, and they surrendered. They realized we had too many things. I'm pretty sure we would have. That's 4,000, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Plus when I normal summoned this, I would get it. Plus that. We got the whole combo. So there we go. We win going second because our opponent seemingly bricked. I'm really curious what that was. Let's see. Magic Curiosity. Let's go find out, shall we? Ah, I see. It appears as though we're going up against the frickin' Flunderees again. Except they didn't get their Flunderees. They didn't get their Dimension Shifter to shut down the first turn. They didn't get the Barrier Statue. No Harpy's Feather Rest. So all they opened on was an Infinite Impermanence and a Cosmic Cyclone. And this big fucker. Unfortunate, but sometimes you gamble, sometimes you lose. What can I say? Let's go ahead to that 10th duel and see if we can get one more interesting one. I'm not sure if there's anything I haven't shown off yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, the 10th duel, the final duel versus Duelo. Ooh, the Duel himself. We're going second, and we're going second against Altergeist. With one of our Garnets and one of our one-ofs in our hand. It's not awful bad, but it is kind of bad. Although, returning our stuff to our hands isn't as powerful. We can do quite a lot without making a whole lot, simply because we have a whole bunch of normal monsters, and that helps out a lot. Let's go ahead, we're going to try our Manju. See if we can Manju do this, or something, I don't know. Try it out. Solemn Strike, okay. That is unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, I was really hoping, I was like, they can negate this, but if they do, then we can just activate this and tribute it off for the Magikey Musket. But Solemn Strike kind of screws that over a little bit. Oh, yeah. And because this is level 1, we can't use it. We can't fuse because it's not a normal monster. So all we're able to do is these two and hope that something happens. If we get another normal monster next turn, we could do some things. Well, that's unfortunate. How did they know that specific one? Yeah, they just got the Meluseek, so okay, that's fine. I can still activate this during my turn. I wanted it on their turn so that if hopefully they use stuff for like synchro material, I could stop them from playing, but yep, unfortunately. I said it kind of turned out really interestingly, which like in the first half we won all of them except for one, and in the last half we lost all of them except for one. Because again, this deck really just kind of relies on winning the die roll and also not bricking on all your one-ofs. And between both of those, we've got a pretty 50-50 split of seeing that transpire. Huh! Another Manju. Do I just activate that? But then if that goes off, I really just gotta hope that he doesn't have another Solemn. Let's try it again. People really just all about, oh no, we got it this time, alright. Advanced Ritual Art. Let's see if we can do it. Show me that advanced. Dimensional Barrier. Ritual. Unfortunate. At least I still got to keep a monster on board this time. And my monster has more attack. But now, yeah, even if they send this back, I can't ritual summon it. And again, I can't fusion because the fusion requires normal monsters. And they've got like nothing in the graveyard, so this Called by the Grave doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything because I can't get into my rituals or extra deck monsters. We'll bait out that. They just bounce it back anyway. So like I could use this and stop the Link Karibo and then try to attack into this, but they would just bounce it back. Yep, this shit sucks. We'll set 2 now! Haha! They always know which one it is, gosh darn it! How are they so aware? How did this happen to me? I made my mistakes. I did lots of stuff, and it really sucks. Well, I guess I could go ahead and just, like, stop them from activating that next turn. There you go, because it lasts until the next turn. Until, yeah, the end of the next turn. Yeah, so they're just going to tag it back and get another Marionetter, most likely. It's the best I could do. And now they can negate monster effects. Yep, once you give Altergeist a chance to set up. Now, if I had gone first, then we'd see who's who. But yeah, that's what happens when you get down to the combo decks. To be fair, you can maybe play this with a couple more hand traps or something in it. And maybe that'll help you going second. Or maybe just put some go second staples in there or whatever. But, you know, I'm playing online where we don't have the matches, so I just gotta kinda have to hope that I go first. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. But either way, let's go ahead into the end screen, and I'll see you there. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kingdom Hearts, we went 5-5, which, not a great representation of how powerful this deck is. This is much more of a 6 or 7, I think. But it does give a good representation of how much this relies on going first, and how much this can brick when you're playing rituals and normal monsters in the same deck. Despite the fact that we have a lot of tools like advanced ritual art, like preparations of rites, like the field spell and this, just searching each other and each searching other stuff, they can still brick from time to time. But hopefully you enjoyed it regardless. And I should say, thank you to the patron who requested this. This was a Patreon request by Tiberius Kane Moriarty. Very, very fun deck. I quite like this. Hopefully Wyncrer put his name up at the very beginning. This is my reminder to you, editor. Go at the intro when I put it in the bottom. Thanks to Tiberius Kane Moriarty. He deserves the credit for it. because I don't think I would have played this otherwise. It turned out really good, and I'm interested to see kind of what people think about this deck, because, like I said, a lot of the time I was bricking on this ritual monster that every build I've ever seen plays 3 of. So I'm curious if maybe this is a sign that we should try to remove this from the deck, or not remove it entirely, but maybe put it back down to 1, keep the rituals very small. I'm also curious to see what people thought about this. We didn't get to show it off as much as I would have liked, but I still feel like this has a lot of potential, both as a draw engine and just adding more protection for your monsters. I ended up bricking on it quite a bit, or I got it in a case where, like, I was already negating the hell out of them so they didn't attack, but in testing, this has saved me more times than I've ever seen. Lots of very interesting replays where this is saving my ass. Same thing with this Ixie monster. We never got to summon this, but it's pretty neat removal. It makes your opponent sends a monster to the graveyard when it attacks. It has to be made with a normal monster, so it's a little tricky. But if I'm understanding that right, it gets around a lot of cards that are normally unaffected by things. I've been told that, like, this can out Crooked Cook, because Crooked Cook, if you're unfamiliar, is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. But this makes the player who controls it sends it to the graveyard. It's kind of like a kaiju where it tributes over things. So pretty interesting. I like that this deck has a lot of tools, even if we didn't necessarily get to see it. This is another pretty good one. This thing can attack twice, which we didn't really get to see, but that combined with Piercing the Darkness is nice, because the attack boost lasts until the end of your turn, and now I'm just gushing about this deck. But again, hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something, saw a new deck you might like. Next time, no idea what I'm playing, so stay tuned for mystery. And until then, good luck, and have fun. Well, that was a fun little experiment of an episode, and it was all made possible thanks to the support of my generous patrons. All of them have my thanks, any bit of help is appreciated, but I'd like to give a special goofy shout out to the $25 and higher patrons, who add that little extra bit of magic to the formula. So special thanks to Davon Crushin, Tiberius Kane Moriarty, Yellow, Cat Monarch, Leaf Blady, Austin Glover, Chris W., Death's Dancer, Ya Boy Slurp, Montry, Store Brand Simon Belmont, Chris Kessler, Dancing Joker, Diotic, Matt, Muffin Fiend, Nathan, Nerazar22, Nightfang, Penumbra Eterna, Quintingent, Robert Palk, and Trevor F. If you'd like to join them and have your name read off in a funny or cringy manner, the Patreon link is on the screen and listed down in the description. This episode's not-so-secret question of the day is, what do you think of my more competitive build? Would you like to see more of that in 2022, or nay? Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, stay frosty, Legos.